Welcome to the DoubleACS Daily News for December 10th, 2015. A local college professor and historian is making an effort to share a piece of the American story with the local community. Dr. Gary L. Hylander has begun a series of lectures that compares President Thomas Jefferson with President Andrew Jackson. DoubleACS was at the first of his 3 lectures, and to learn more we spoke with the professor after the event.
My name is Gary Hylander, and I teach American history everywhere. And I have a PhD in American history and American government from Boston College. And what I've been doing for the last 8 or 9 years is going out to libraries and veterans groups and so forth. And tonight I'm at North Attleboro Public Library, and we had a wonderful turnout here. You can see the number of seats. I'll bet we have, 40 people. And this is the first of a 3-part series entitled Jefferson and Jackson. And the reason many people put Jefferson and Jackson together, there are a number of reasons, but 3 in particular, is that Jefferson founded the Democratic Party, the party of Franklin Roosevelt, the party of Barack Obama. Andrew Jackson refounded the Democratic Party, and this is the Democratic Party of the 19th century. This is the Democratic Party of slavery, of states' rights, of a limited federal government. So both these men were founders and co-founders of the Democratic Party. Both men owned slaves. Both men had beautiful plantations. Jefferson at Monticello, and if you haven't been to Monticello, you need to get to Monticello. And Jackson is a little bit farther. It's the Hermitage in Tennessee. So to put these 2 men together in terms of politics, heading west, budgets, military escapades and so forth, and their intellectuality. Jefferson was far more of an intellectual than Jackson was. But tonight, this is the first of our 3-part series, and I spent time introducing both of these men in very general terms, and specifically going back to Jefferson as a man of the Enlightenment. And one of the wonderful quotes I always like to use about Jefferson, and you heard it here tonight, is Jefferson that the earth belongs to the living, and that we need to get it right on this side of the stars. And we need to avoid the past, not avoid it, but we need to avoid the heavy hand of the past, monarchy, hereditary aristocracy, and the church. The land belongs to the living, and that we need to develop, as he called, political science. Students can major in political science. And Jefferson believed that politics and men of the Enlightenment, that politics can be studied, and one can make a science out of it. It's not exact, it's not as quantifiable as chemistry, biology, physics, or astronomy, but the governing among we the people can be a science, and it can be learned and practiced and implemented successfully. It comes from reading, but it also comes from this. My father was a great storyteller, and I think I pulled a little bit of that DNA. And my brothers are great storytellers. Some of my brothers are musicians and they're vocalists. And when you sing, you tell a story. And so I don't sing, I hum, but I don't sing. And I do my singing through the prose of history, and I enjoy it. And history is a story. It's our story, and it's a rich story, and we own it. And it ought to be told not always from the top down. So tonight was the first of a 3-part series. Now, next week, next Thursday, and I invite you all to come, please. We'll find room. We can sit in each other's laps. And the next week, I'll talk about Jefferson's second presidency and the run-up to the War of 1812.
Part 2 of Dr. Hylander's talk will be held this evening at 7 p.m. at the Richards Memorial Library in North Attleboro. That's it for today's update. For DoubleACS News, I'm Austin Ricketts.